Joining us live via Skype tonight is Chris Cannon, the Director of Communications for the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce. Chris, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have a lot of questions from our viewers. We hope that we can share some with you tonight in hopes of telling a lot of people at once what is going on. First of all, so many Tennesseans have been forced out of their jobs in a very short amount of time. So how prepared was the state to handle this demand suddenly for these unemployment benefits?
And this is something we've seen across the nation. There are states dealing with this unprecedented spike in unemployment in every state of the nation. And Tennessee was really ahead of the curve of some states because we modernized our unemployment system 4 years ago. Many states did not modernize and are working on old COBOL systems that crashed. Our system has been performing, but we were as prepared as you possibly could be to accept 2,700 claims one day, and then the next day 39,000 claims, and then the week after that an additional 94,000 claims, and the week after that another 112,000 claims, 250,000 claims in just 3 weeks here in Tennessee. It's unprecedented and it's unheard of, and really it would be difficult for anyone to prepare for that.
Well, it sounds like Tennessee, like you said, was ahead of the curve, and that's good for people who are filing. Now, a lot of people are waiting for that first check in the mail. We've had so many questions. When am I going to see that check? Can you give us a little insight?
Sure. Every claim is different, and every claim processes differently. Some claims, everything's right there, and maybe their employer filed it for them, and we get that information right away, and it just zooms through the system. Other claims take a little bit of time and take a personal touch of a claims agent to actually move through the process. That's why the federal government gives states 21 days to make a decision on a claim. That being said, this week alone, the state of Tennessee will pay over 100,000 claimants more than $30 million in unemployment benefits. To put that into some perspective, before this all started, a typical week for Tennessee in unemployment claims would be about 15,000 claimants and $4 million. So that gives you an example of the magnitude that we're dealing with here, and the system is paying out. There are some claims that are taking longer to process because there might be some difficulties with that, and it needs to be seen by a claims agent, but there are tens of thousands, more than 100,000 people this week alone that have received their benefits.
I want to get your perspective. Some people are saying they may actually be paid more by drawing unemployment than they were making at their job. Is this probably not going to be true for everybody, but would it be true for some?
It certainly would be true for some. This is how it works. If you are collecting unemployment, Tennessee unemployment compensation, that's the regular unemployment, the new $600, and I'll give you the name of that, that is called the federal pandemic unemployment compensation. That's that $600 weekly benefit from the federal government. So you're collecting that $275 if you get the max from the state. And then you will also get a $600 benefit weekly from the federal government as one check from, it's not a check, but one payment from the state of Tennessee. So before taxes, if you have the maximum allowance, you could be receiving $875 per week before taxes. And I did a little calculation on one of those online calculators, and a weekly benefit like that is almost a $45,000 a year job.
The federal dollars are coming in the form of the CARES Act to help people who are out of work because of the pandemic. Can you tell us the status right now on what that means for folks here in Tennessee, where it is?
Sure, and the two biggest provisions of the CARES Act that will affect folks on unemployment is the self-employed, the folks who own their own businesses, the gig workers, Uber drivers, people who are freelancers or 1099 contract. They typically cannot collect unemployment because employers pay into the trust fund that pays the employees benefits when they collect unemployment, so there's no one paying in for them. Well, the federal government is stepping up there and offering the pandemic unemployment assistance, so that is a benefit that they will be able to receive shortly. We are working on that. We just got the guidance from the federal government last weekend. We still have not received the money to actually pay those benefits, so as soon as we receive that money and as soon as we reprogram our computers to pay that, hopefully within the next few days, that will be happening. Now, the $600 is another different part of that CARES Act, and that goes to everybody who claims unemployment, if you're a regular unemployment claimant, or if you are a PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, everybody in the system will get that additional $600 a week, and that should start very shortly.
What about checks received or money received from this stimulus package? Will that affect any unemployment claims?
In what way?
Will it lessen what people would receive?
No, totally separate. They're totally separate. You will have your Tennessee unemployment or your pandemic unemployment with the max of $275. Right now, the average is coming out to be $227 per person before taxes. That's the average right now. You'll have that claim, and whatever that is, added to the $600. So the minimum I think you can get for Tennessee unemployment is $120. So the minimum somebody would get is $720 per week.
You are our expert, and so I need to ask, what is the fastest and the easiest way for people to file for unemployment?
Well, these are unprecedented times, and there are tens of thousands, and actually now it's up to hundreds of thousands of people accessing our system. So the system is a bit overwhelmed, and we know that, and we know there's progress to make, and we are working on that. We're adding capacity, we're adding new call centers, we're adding new servers to the system, we're adding a new chat or a new queue system to the jobs4tn.gov website to help people have a more responsive time for that. So easy and fast, I'm not so sure those are words that we can use in this time, but that is the fastest way, is to go to jobs4tn.gov. That is the fastest way and the most efficient way. Now, if you don't have internet service, and some folks don't, and some folks don't have a computer or they're not good at using that computer, they can also call, and that number is 844-432-0969. So 844-432-0969. But do keep in mind, we are literally getting tens of thousands of calls, but starting next week, we're opening a new call center with 100 new call agents, so that capacity is going to help that tremendously.
Some great insight from the Department of Labor and Workforce Development. Chris Cannon, thank you so much for answering all of our questions. I know our viewers have been wondering about a lot of these things, and you've made it a lot more clear, so thank you very much for being here tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And here are the stats, the state's customer service center phone number to help with those unemployment claims. Now, a warning, just like Chris said, those lines have been extremely busy, and you could be forced to wait quite a while, but do not give up. It's right there on your screen, 844-224-5818, and you can go to jobs4tn.gov.